So every year, it seems like there's this new trend that's all about one single idea, locking in. You've probably seen it called the winter arc or the great lock-in. It's this feeling we all get, right? This desire to finally get serious, cut out all the noise, and just go after our goals. But there's a huge problem.
And look, it's a story a lot of us know. We tell ourselves, okay, this is it. This time I'm really gonna lock in. But then you fast forward a couple of months, maybe even just a few weeks, and we're right back where we started, stuck in the same old habits. So what's the difference? How do some people actually break that cycle and crush their goals, while the rest of us just seem to drift?
To really get to the bottom of this, we need to look at someone who mastered this whole locking in thing more than maybe anyone else. At just 17 years old, Kobe Bryant didn't just have a goal, he had a declaration. He was going to become one of the best basketball players to ever live, and he spent the next 20 years of his life proving it. So, how'd he do it? What was the secret?
Well, the first part of his secret wasn't some kind of magic trick. It was a powerful, practical engine that he built for himself. And this engine, it runs on 3 core pillars of action that turn those big dreams into actual day-to-day work.
And those 3 pillars are time, routine, and systems. Now I know, these might sound kind of basic, but the way they all work together is what creates this incredible, unstoppable momentum. Let's break each one down.
All right, let's start with time. We all know Kobe famously woke up at 4 a.m. every single day. But you don't have to do that. The real point here is that we all have the same 24 hours. Most of us just act like we don't. We let our time get completely eaten up by distractions, by scrolling. But what if you carved out just one single, focused hour every day?
The impact of that 1 hour? It's absolutely staggering. Just one focused hour a day can put you in the top 5% of literally any skill within a year. Just think about that for a second. Every hour you spend mindlessly scrolling, someone else is spending that exact same hour building the life you say you want.
Okay, so you found your hour. Great. But that leads to the next big problem, doesn't it? Boredom. This is where most people fall off. They're chasing motivation, but motivation is just a feeling. It comes and it goes. The real secret is to chase repetition. Because repetition, that's what builds habits that actually last.
You see, real change, the kind that sticks, it doesn't happen in some giant leap. It compounds over time, through thousands of tiny, consistent actions. Kobe didn't become a legend in one workout. He did it with the same boring drills, day after day, until that action became an unshakable part of who he was.
But even if you have the time set aside and you're building a routine, you can still just be spinning your wheels. Why? Because both of those things are pretty much useless without the third pillar, a system. It's so easy to say, I want to start a business, or I want to get in shape, but without a clear plan, those are just words.
And Kobe was an absolute master of systems. He didn't just practice, he analyzed everything. He'd study hours of game film. He tracked thousands of his own missed shots just to find the tiniest little flaws in his form. He wasn't just working harder, you see, he was working smarter. With a system, all your hard work finally has a direction, and the path forward becomes obvious.
Okay, so you've got the discipline engine, time, routine, systems. But that's still not the whole picture. Because Kobe had one more thing, a mindset that separated him from pretty much everyone else. And without this missing piece, that discipline engine, it eventually just runs out of fuel.
This analogy right here, it explains the mindset perfectly. Think about it. To achieve something, you first have to act as if it's already true. You literally have to trick your own mind into believing that it's not just possible, but completely inevitable.
Now, some people might hear this and call it being delusional, but in this context, delusion is actually a tool. It's the act of believing so deeply in the future you want that your brain starts to accept it as today's reality. You start to see yourself as the person you want to become, and then you just start acting like them.
From the moment he picked up a basketball, Kobe knew he was going to be one of the greatest to ever play the game. People told him he wasn't good enough, that the competition was too tough, that he needed to be realistic. He just didn't listen. He was so completely locked in on his goal, so obsessed with it, that his belief literally became his reality.
So, we have the practical side, that's the discipline engine. And we have the mental side, the power of delusion. Now, let's put it all together and reveal the final formula for actually locking in.
See, if you only have discipline, if you're just grinding away, putting in the time, following the routine, but you don't have that deep, burning belief in the outcome, you are going to burn out. It's inevitable.
Hard work without a powerful why behind it is just unsustainable. And on the flip side, if you only have the delusion, the big dream and all the self-belief in the world, but you never actually put in the work, well, you're just living in a fantasy. Belief without action is totally meaningless.
So the secret, the real key, isn't one or the other. It's the combination of both. When you merge that relentless engine of discipline with the unwavering belief of delusion, you create an unstoppable force. That is how you truly lock in.
I mean, Kobe himself said it best. The delusion is what creates the vision. The discipline is what makes that vision a reality. You absolutely have to have both.
So, look, understanding this formula is one thing, but applying it, that's everything. The real question I want to leave you with is this. What goal are you so delusional about that you're willing to build the discipline to achieve it? What will you prove yourself right about?